Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5. I'm here with Tilted JT, 418 Gaming, and myself, Cold Sweps. We're taking a look at the Calgary Flamas.
The Flamajamas, my dude.
The Flamajamas. If you guys had one word to describe their season last year, what would it be?
Hot. Get it?
For me, it was wasted. It was a wasted season. They looked so great in the regular season. Their goalies kind of figured it out there at the end. Going to the playoffs, play against Colorado, and they got fucking spanked. Spanked.
No match, man. No match.
It felt like Colorado's top guns were just too much for Calgary's top guns.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my most favorite series to watch, actually, in the first round was this. I love Nate McKinnon. He is probably the most exciting player, other than Connor McDavid.
Top 3
It was
players in the
exciting to
NHL.
see him.
Yo, I told you this, Sean, off air, I guess. But basically, like I never watched Colorado games, and the playoffs were probably one of the first times where I actually paid attention to Colorado. And dude, Nate McKinnon was absolutely surreal, and it's almost like he dominated that series just by himself.
Yeah.
And Calgary had no answer for him or any of that top line. So, I mean, during the season, winning the Pacific is always, I think that's probably one of the most like impressive feats that you can accomplish, is coming out first when you're facing San Jose and that whole West Coast that West Coast trip
Vegas.
that's fucking
Yeah,
dreaded.
Vegas,
Beat
Dallas.
Vegas. So I think they performed really well during the season, obviously, and they finished top in the West with points by 7, right? So they were by far the best team in the West Coast.
Well, if
the
you
West
look at it
Conference.
as well, Arizona just missed out on the playoffs with 86 points. So it was almost like from first to first bubble team, you guess you could call them.
Mhm.
There was a big difference. So they deserved to at least be in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
Tied for second in the league with points at 107. Home record 26, 10, and 5. Away 24, 15, and 2. So pretty much all around, you're getting a solid performance, whether it's home or away.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see them at least maybe something to improve on this year is get those away shootouts or OTs up. Instead of just falling and losing those 15 games, try and get a point. Play for that. If you guys, because then anything can happen, right? An OT or a shootout. So if they could get those away overtimes to maybe 5, I think they'll be laughing again. Goals for. Gotta find it here. 289.
Yeah, they finished tied for second or third.
Yeah,
tied for
that's
second.
pretty
in the
good.
League. I think that's a huge improvement, obviously, from years prior. And I think having the kind of their younger guys and some of their second year guys kind of finding their groove and developing some chemistry was pretty impressive to watch. And having a guy, Gaudreau, Monahan, Lindholm on the first line. Lindholm was probably like the sickest pickup from Carolina in that they traded for him.
Yeah, he came over with Dougie Hamilton. And,
right.
Backlund.
I mean, dude, they were unstoppable all season.
Well, Dougie went the other way, right?
Yeah, Dougie went the other way.
Sorry. Yeah.
But so I mean, they really took it up a notch. If you compare to the previous seasons, they hit 50 wins this year for the first time in a long time.
Ever
history.
Actually,
I wasn't actually sure there, but yeah, that's really impressive, and for them to break the 100-point mark is just, it's awesome, and you hope to see it continue.
If you were to place them next year in the Pacific, not the conference, where would you have them?
Oh, I think they win it again, dude.
You do?
I do.
I don't know.
I don't think they win it, but I think they are much better than Arizona, Vancouver, Anaheim, Edmonton, Los Angeles. So I don't know if they come back with another 107 or even like 100
I mean, so what? So you got San Jose loses Pavelski, and I don't think they got any better, and I don't think Vegas got any better either. They got a bunch of, they got a deep roster, but I don't think they have that, the flashy goal scorers that you have on Calgary. They don't have that top heavy, forward line that's going to get you 2-3 points a night. And
But
I
I'm
don't
just
think
looking
any of
at
those other teams hold a candle to them. So I think they're going to run
right,
away with it.
right. I mean, it'll be interesting to see because like you look at their goaltending situation, and I don't know where they really ride Riddick out and just hope that he can play 60 games this season. I don't know because last year they were going on that two-man rotation there, and yeah, Riddick played really well, but that was his first real time in the league doing what he did, So
Yeah, I mean, fair
uh,
enough. But he came out of nowhere, man. Like
yeah, well, that's what makes me worried because this guy just came out of nowhere, and now you're going to expect him to play 60 games up
Well,
from
they brought
45
in
last year,
they brought in Cam
right?
Talbot, who I don't think is their answer, but
No, but he gives you a
he
little
could
bit of
definitely
security.
play 20, 25 games for them
yeah.
Oh,
if
I
he
think
can
he'll
get him
play
a winning
more.
record. You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll play almost 30, 35.
Okay.
Because I think, especially the way the league is going, we spoke about this on other teams. You need a very solid backup.
Yeah.
Right. You can't have your main guy playing 65 games in the regular season because when it comes to playoffs, he's just burnt. Right. Because as much as it's hard on the players in the playoffs, it's also hard on the goalies, right? Because you're playing every second night. You don't get those 3-4 days off.
True.
Is that kind of doing it for your players, your key players, or do you have someone else in mind, guys?
What do you guys think of Lucic?
So that was the player I wanted to bring up, and I think if he can get back to being like that, kind of like a mean streak, right? I mean, I never watched a lot of Edmonton games, but just from what I saw, it almost looked like he didn't have a heart in it. Whereas when he was in Boston, man, like he owned that town.
Oh yeah.
He owned every player on the other team just in intimidation factors.
Yeah.
If he can get back to being, he doesn't have to produce 40 points, but you give him 25, 30 points and he goes out there and bangs bodies all game long. Now it is taxing, but shows his teammates that he's willing to stick up for them. He'll have a great year.
Well, that's it. It depends where they slot him, but dude, I think he can help Sam Bennett find his game again. And I think if Bennett can benefit from Lucic's presence on his line, and you get this guy to finally turn it up a notch and become the player he can be, he becomes a 25 goal scorer. Then all of a sudden you got three lines that are just scoring at will, and they become a bigger offensive threat than they were this year. So then it just becomes up to their D and their goaltending to back them up enough to win games, and that's it. You're golden.
All right. Is that going to do it for the Calgary Flames, boys?
You want to talk about playoff seedings or see them?
Yo, they can make it to the conference finals, like easy.
I actually had them pegged against Tampa in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I see them making top four, and who knows? Anything can happen, but they have to get by that, teams like that Colorado, and that might not be as easy. They got to get by either Nashville, Colorado, Winnipeg, St. Louis.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So I think, sky's the limit, though. I think they have a shot of making it to the Cup just as much as like a team like Colorado does.
Anything else?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, we have a little special sponsor tonight. Are you having a child and can't think of a name? Look no further than the Raiders content team. Tilted 418 and myself will do a hard part for you. We spend a week getting to know your baby, whether it's shots at the bar, skiing in the Alps, or just shooting the shit and CSGO. The Raiders content team has provided hundreds of customers with complete satisfaction. To get a quote, you can call us at 514 250 0.
Fuck off!
Or visit us online at getshrecked.com. That's GETSHREKT.com.
That's my phone number, dude.
I thought that was the funniest shit.